This I think I just need to toss. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Haylee Marie Vintage. Today we're in a different location. Behind me, this very scary organizational-ish mess. It's kind of organized. I know what's happening up here. Back there, I have no clue. But I'm going to be organizing this today. So I have a shelf that I keep all my craft supplies on. I call it my craft shelf. It lives in the corner next to my bed. It gives me like walking space on this side of my bed, which I currently don't have. So I'm just looking to like get this cleaned up, get this onto my shelf, and get rid of honestly a bunch of stuff. I have a ton of stuff in this shelf that I don't use and I will never use, no matter how much I lie to myself and say I will. So it's time to clear the hoard a little bit. So we're gonna try to do that today. All right, guys, here is what this is looking like. I clearly need to do quite a bit of cleaning. As you can see, this is taking up the whole corner of my room. It doesn't need to. And then I also have these boxes down here, which I have been keeping for this organization, but it's also taking up another part of my room. So we need to get it together, people, and actually clean this all up. So I'm going to start down here. I know everything that's happening here. I have this fairly organized because I've been using it every single week for a while now. So I'm going to start by getting this just out of the way because eventually all of this will be on the shelf. So I guess I will crouch down here to start. So I'll kind of explain what I think are on these shelves. So these right here are all my paper crafts. So in here I have markers, embossing powders, paints, and things like that. Here is my like pads, my big pads of paper store container thing. Back there is mailing supplies like envelopes and things. I used to do Poshmark, and when I did Poshmark I needed a space for that. I don't do Poshmark right now, and I think at some point I will start it back up again, but I don't think I want these supplies on my craft shelf. And then under here I have some old portfolio stuff from my graphic design school days. At this point I know I will not be using my portfolio from school to get another job, so I'm probably going to get rid of some of this. And then this all is embroidery stuff, and I guess a piece of my sewing machine. And I just need to downsize on my embroidery. I'm not actively embroidering, I will not be actively embroidering, so I just need to get rid of this shit. So I'm going to kind of start in here. Oh. Okay, so we have hoops. Hoops I will probably keep. I've been collecting vintage hoops for a very long time, and I will have a very hard time getting rid of them. This should live with my machine wherever my machine ends up living. Ooh, what's in here? Oh, this is a half-finished project. It's not gonna get finished. But I'm gonna keep this hoop. These hoops that are like this, that are old, are fantastic for having good fabric tension. So I'm for sure keeping this one. I will just go through my hoops at some point and get rid of some. Ooh, I have some alligator scissors in here. My old roommate gave this to me after she went on a trip somewhere and she found these and got them for me. I have beeswax. I'm going to keep that. That's going to go with my sewing supplies, and so will probably these little scissors. I also have a Clover water-soluble pencil. That'll go with my sewing supplies. And that is it for what's in this bag. Bags of bags. I already have a place for these, and I just need to bring them back to the Creative Reuse Center. They use a ton of them there, and they'll use them over and over again. So if you're gonna do something with plastic bags, you may as well do that. In here I think is all my hoops. So I'll probably get rid of my wooden hoops because I can just buy a wooden hoop at any point in time, unless it's super special. Like this one is shiny. I have metal hoops that I'll keep, but all of these are kind of just your junky wooden hoops, so I'm gonna get rid of these and donate them. We're continuing on in here. I have a bigger one of those tension hoops. I'll keep that. I like this turquoise one. This is again a little bit nicer of a hoop, so I'll keep that wooden one. I have these kind of cool oval ones that I'll probably hoard. Wow, this is not going well so far, guys. This red one I will not keep. I don't like the color red. I don't know why I have this. I like this wooden one. I don't know why. It's actually really one of the most useless hoops I've ever seen, but I like it. That's part of the oval one. This is a pink oval one that I like. Super cute. Oh, good God. You can see I have a problem here. We got another plastic bag. That one actually is big enough to maybe be useful to me. I'm gonna keep this little red guy for little jobs. I like how thin this hoop is, so I'm gonna keep this one. This one I shouldn't keep. I'm gonna not keep it. I don't really like the color of this enough that I feel like I should justify keeping it. It's a size 8. I'm conflicted, guys. I'm gonna keep it because I could make it a set with this one if, you know, for all the embroidering I now do. This is another metal one. I'm keeping it. These ones are wooden. I'll get rid of these. This is the innard to some other wooden hoop. And then this one's a darker wooden hoop, so I'm gonna keep that. Wow, yeah, we're doing super bad, guys. Metal hoop and a metal hoop. We're keeping these. This is a crappy plastic hoop I got when I first embroidered off of Amazon. I will not keep this one, but I do need to get the project that's in it out. And then I have like a scrap bag that I keep. Seattle has a good fabric recycling program, so I'll donate my scraps for like, I think they make them into like, what do you call that? Housing filler? That's not what it's called. Let me think about that. I'll remember it. But they can do stuff like shred stuff like this. How the heck is there? Ha. But this hoop is gonna go. And this is also gonna go. I'm gonna keep this cool black hoop. This one is great for hanging things. This one is gonna go. Bye. I also have some frames in here that I like. These are gonna go with my painting / paper supplies this time. I have this really cute cat frame that I don't know what I'm going to use for, but I'm going to still keep it. We're not doing great. Ooh, yarn. I think we can say goodbye to all of this yarn, except for this one, because this is baby alpaca yarn. I will one day knit something with this, but the other two I will not. So we're just keeping this yarn. Woo! These are embroidery transfer things. I'm going to donate these. I don't want these. I used them. I didn't like them. And if I need... Shoot. You know what? I'm going to keep this one because it's small. Maybe. This is going to be in my maybe keep pile. We're not doing great. This is a scrap bag. I'll go through this off camera and probably get rid of it. These are a couple other shirts that I'm gonna donate. This is another frame. I kind of like it. I'll hold on to it for now. Ooh, needles. This will go with my sewing stuff. I can always use more needles. I shouldn't keep this because I'm never gonna learn how to embroider this well, but I might keep it because there might be something I can cut it up on and put on something. I think these are transfers. I'm going to hold on to my transfers, I think, for now. They don't take up that much space, and they might be useful for something. This is a whole Brazilian embroidery kit. I'm going to donate this. Someone else will use it. I will not. This is a tassel making tool. I see this coming handy in sewing, so I'm not getting rid of it. Carbon transfer sheets for embroidery. I'm not going to use these. I'm going to donate them. We have how to do this fan. Bye. How to do this really big cactus one. Bye. Another how to do more cactuses because, you know, one set of cactuses is not enough. Bye. Oh, we have a little silky thing. So we're going to donate this silky and we'll keep this silky in case I ever need to stabilize anything I'm embroidering for whatever. This is my DMC master book of colors. I'm gonna keep this because I could still find this helpful for like, if I need to darn something that I want DMC thread for, I could still match using this. This one is like a few years out of date, but I can't imagine their colors changed that much. And if I can not have to bring it into the store to color match, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna hold on to this. This is another book that I'm gonna get rid of. Another embroidery book. Another embroidery book. And this is this really cute cat embroidery kit that I want to keep so bad, but I'll never do it. I'm getting rid of it. This one I am 100% keeping. It's this pattern to make this weird mermaid purse. I don't know if you can see that. But this is something I could maybe see myself being motivated to make someday. This, I need to find where the hell the project for that went. That's it for this bag and the bin. It's all gone. And I actually got rid of most of it. In fact, I think maybe I need to start a bin of stuff that I'm donating. But it's done. This houses all my thread. My embroidery thread. I'll go through this off camera because I'm only going to keep thread that are colors that I frequently buy and might use for darning. Anything else, I can repurchase these. These are not super expensive. So here this is what is left of my embroidery supplies. I got rid of a few more hoops. This is so far what I'm getting rid of. Very exciting. But I got rid of some more hoops because I said I have to fit all my embroidery stuff in this one bin, and it is all in this one bin now. And I still got to keep like everything that makes me happy, so that's good. Next up is this shelf here. This right now is kind of my shipping supplies / large pads of paper are in here. I just need to go through this. I don't use my large pad of papers at all, except for maybe the watercolor that might be in there. So I just need to kind of figure out what I want this bin to be. So this here right now is like my markers and colored pencils. I just need to check that I want everything in here and that it all works. This is I think my like I don't know what the heck I'm doing with it drawer. So it needs to be gone through and some of it needs to be gotten rid of. And then this is my glue gun. Actually, this is my glue and sticky stuff drawer. There's tape. I know some of these rubber cements are like busted and done and need to be thrown away, so I just need to look at them. And then down here is one of my painting supply drawers. So I just need to go through that as well. In this area here, I have like some old portfolio stuff. I just need to take a peek through it. And I think I would like to move it out from under there because I would like to be able to line up shoe boxes that have my trims in it and my laces and my bias tapes and just kind of have them in here so I can pull them out and look at them. So we'll work on that and then I'll check back in with you. So this is what we're looking at. You saw what this area looked like before. So my next battle is actually this area as well as this guy up here because these are also all my paper stuff as well. So it would be nice to get rid of some of it. And that one up here, this is my random shit bin. So I have random things that I probably don't need. So I'm gonna go through this one on camera, but all of this in here, I will be doing off camera because you don't need to see that. Hello, this is my random bin. So first things first, I have my paper folder, want to keep that. And then I have my paper cutter, want to keep that. I have some random vinyl, don't want to keep that. I have this box that I kept because it was cool. It's time to let go. Bye. Someone else will have something they want it for. These are random pieces of acrylic left over from somebody's cutting things up project. I'm gonna hold on to them for a minute. I might get rid of them ultimately. This is how I travel with my brushes. It's like a sushi roller. Keeps them in great condition. I will keep this. These are some, I made these for my 21st birthday. I'm gonna keep them, but they're gonna go in my filing system. This is a flower presser. I'm gonna keep this. Don't know exactly how or where. I'm gonna go through this in a sec. That looks like sewing. This is how I keep my pressed flowers. So I guess I'll hold on to this as well. That might end up on my bookshelf. I have gel pens. I guess I'll hold on to gel pens. Wow, I'm not getting rid of as much as I hoped. This, I don't even know what this is. I think you like put it in a mold and you roll it out and you can make like cool looking embossed metal things. I don't want it. Oh, I own a hole puncher. Does it work? Yeah. Okay, I'm keeping my hole puncher. I'm very excited about that actually. This is some printer ink I owned for a printer I no longer own. This is a journal I kept while in Rome when I studied abroad there. I'm going to keep this, but it'll go on the bookshelf. I have a bunch of random screws. Why? I couldn't tell you. These are going to go, but I need to clean up a lot more of them. This is a cup that I used for my like wash water in school. I'm going to let this one go. I use nicer things now, and I just clean them better after. This is going to be recycled, though, so it doesn't get thrown in that bin. These are knitting needles for all the knitting I imagine I will one day do. I'm going to get rid of them. I'm keeping the alpaca yarn, but I'm not even keeping any way to do anything with the alpaca yarn. So I don't know. That maybe might be questionable. I might go get my crochet hooks back out because I'm more likely to do that than knit. I have a second set of knitting needles. Surprise. Not keeping them. This is my color aid. If you've been to design school, they make you buy this. And I don't know really why you do color theory with it. But this little box of little colored squares that I'm not willing to get out to show you was $125. Maybe even more than that, maybe $150. I can't get rid of it. I have no rational reason to keep it, but I spent so much money on this tiny little box of colors that I can't get rid of it, and I don't know what to tell you. These are my Prismacolors. I will be keeping these for, you know, all the colored pencil illustration I don't do. Oh. This is a folder from when I worked in Seattle public schools. Oh yeah, I used to teach robotics after school to kids. I like for the life of me could not remember when I did that. I guess I should keep this paperwork, and I should also make sure you can't see any of my personal information on screen. But that's gonna go in my filing system. That empties this. I need to get all the screws and the letters into a bag. And then this is empty, and I'm gonna try to find a home for all of this somewhere in here, so that way this big bin can just become a fabric bin. It's a little dirty and it'll need to be cleaned out, but that should work fine. Yay! We're continuing on. Hi guys! So this is done. This will probably be the ugliest section because most people won't see it because it's behind my bed and hidden. Under here is now completely empty and ready for whatever like shoe boxes and stuff I end up putting down here. This is now all my paper crafts. So I have my like nice scrapbooking papers in this thing back behind me. I have my card making supplies in the drawer below it. This is like my pen pal filing system, I guess. And then I have my paints in here. I have more cards and collage stuff in here. This is collage. Back behind it is all my glue, tape, things to cut paper with, and more painting supplies. And then back behind this is a container that has like my paper cutter, my paper folder, and some of my watercolor pads back there. So we have this all shaping up to look good. We're next moving on to this section here. So next up here is I'm going to focus on this. Right in here is all my jewelry supplies. They're actually very well organized. So I just need to figure out if this is going to stay on this shelf or go one up because I don't use it as much. And I'm kind of concerned with putting my heavier sewing machines up one more shelf. I think I would like them on this shelf. And then in here is all my embossing powders. And then these are all my stamps, as well as I think the embossing gun itself. Nope. All my embossing pens and pencils instead. So I think all of this is going to get moved up a unit. I'm going to go through this fabric, actually probably, oh god, pins everywhere. Oh, where's the, okay. I know there were 4, and all 4 aren't currently in this box. In this box I already got rid of. This was all a bunch of little notebooks. This is my great-grandmother's. My great-grandmother's? I don't know. Somebody somehow related to me. This was their, like, wedding box. So it's an antique, and I always, like, have kept it on my craft shelf because it's cute and pretty and I like it. I don't know. And it holds stuff, and for me it holds sticky notes and notebooks currently. So I'm going to go through these fabrics next. So these fabrics I just bought and I need to wash. I think I'm going to figure out a system where I have my pre-washed fabrics in one bin and my not yet washed fabrics in the other. This fabric I don't like and I'm going to get rid of. I bought this to embroider on. So I'm going to just get rid of this. Oh, I can already tell you I'm going to get rid of all of these. These are cross-stitch fabrics and I won't use them. And somebody else will love them more than I will. This is a fabric I bought to embroider on and I will not be keeping. Same with this. Again, bought it to embroider on. It's only 3/8 of a yard. I can't imagine really using it for anything and I don't love it that much. So I'll get rid of that. This I inherited from my grandma. I have 3/8 of a yard of this, and this I could see like using it as an accent on something. This is like some sparkly fabric that I think I also inherited from my grandma, and I think I'll hold on to. This is like some nice, it's really pretty yellow brocade, and I have a yard and 7/8 of it. I think I will keep it for now, but all of this still needs to be pre-washed anyway. So I guess I'll see what happens to them when I do that to them. So these will all go in my pre-wash fabric, like need to pre-wash fabric bin. This is another one I think I inherited and that I like. It's only 5/8, but there might be something I can use it for. Let's get into here. Oh good God. This is like some pretty shiny silver fabric that I bought at an estate sale. I might get rid of it. It's 3/4 a yard. I could maybe use it for something. It's just, it's a knit, I think. No, it's not. It is a woven. I might use this for something. I have some really fun cat fabric. It's only 5/8 of a yard. But if I find something I can accent with cat fabric, I will. This is like an upholstery sample, and I won't use it. It's pretty, but blech. This is only 3/4 of a yard of this really, really beautiful plaid. I might see if I can find something eventually to accent it with. This is 3/4 of a yard of canvas. I have a dream of eventually making a gym bag out of this. I probably shouldn't keep it, but here we are. This is another plaid. This is a 7/8 of a yard plaid. I might see if I can find a use for it. This material is god-awful. This feels like scrubs, so I'm going to get rid of it. And then this is 2 1/8 yards of a fabric, so I'll keep that, but I need to pre-wash it. This is 2 3/4 yards of fabric. I think I picked this up at an estate sale. I think it's really cute. I could see like maybe making a shirt or something out of this. I did this big embroidering project on this fabric, but I don't really like it otherwise, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I have this satin that I'm scared of. I'm gonna hold on to it for now, but I think I really just need to like pre-wash it and risk ruining it to have any desire to work with it. Because if I can't wash it at all, I probably won't use it. I have a dream of making a 1940s nightgown out of this that I have a pattern for, but I need to prove that it can be washed first, because a nightgown needs to be able to be washed. I have this. I don't know why I have this. It's a half yard. I'm going to get rid of it. Bye. And then last, I have so many yards of this rayon. I want to say I have 8. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it and just pre-wash it and then have it on hand. It's super sheer, so whatever I make with it, I have to be able to wear a nightgown with. But I do have it, so that's gonna be pre-washed, needed to be washed. So that then is it out of this fabric bin. As you can see, this shelf up here is now mostly empty. So I'm going to get this up there. Oh, my poor back honestly hurts after all of this moving stuff around. But oh well. Okay, so these go back here. I'm careful to try to not have things touch the wall because it'll make noises in the night that drive me nuts. When it like kind of shakes a little. Wow, that's like not great. But my place does shake from traffic. It is what it is. So those will go up there with this guy up on top. I'm gonna battle my jewelry supplies another day. I do need to go through them. It's just it's not gonna happen today. So now I can put both of my sewing machines here. Cool. We have my two machines. They look great. Now I just have to figure out how I'm organizing all my sewing stuff because all these shelves are empty or organized the way I want them to be. Alright guys, here we go. So we have my two sewing machines here. Regardless of how crazy I am, I will never have more than two sewing machines. If I get a new sewing machine, I need to get rid of a sewing machine is my decision. Because you only need one backup. This I'm going to hold all my bias tape in when I have more bias tape. This is my sewing box. This I'm going to hold like my cording zippers and things like that in. And then back here I have like my sewing ham, extra thread, and kind of I'll have like some miscellaneous things like extra scissors or whatever back here. Here buttons. Back here will be my large, already washed yardages, so all of these yardages have been washed and they'll all be greater than 3 yards. Lace, this is a box of bags. This just is the antique box that I have. Box of buttons, box of buttons, box of buttons. This one is my box of miscellaneous thread. I might need to sort this out better eventually, but I don't have the energy right now because... Alright, and now wow, this is a very weird view. If you look up here, this, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I have it built in just in case. This is a bunch of lace. This will be my smaller yardage that has already been washed. This will be all the fabric I need to pre-wash. And then back in that black container back there, I am doing, what's that called? All my fabric scraps are back in there. So that's kind of the setup I have now. It looks so much better and I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna put in a clip showing all the stuff I donated. Most of what I donated is stuff that I've been holding on since I finished school, like as a just in case, but now I have been working in my profession for a couple years, so I don't feel a need to keep like all that portfolio stuff from school because I shouldn't be using student work anymore and I also have no reason to use student work anymore. So this was very freeing because most of what I got rid of is just stuff that I was like just like holding on to because like I couldn't bear to get rid of it. And so it feels, yes, very good to let go of all that like school rubbish that I don't need and I don't want and I don't have to have anymore. All in all, I am very happy with how this turned out. This feels so much better. So basically anything that's not on the bottom shelf besides this back here is all sewing stuff, and sewing is mainly what I do and also mainly what I want to be really good at. Before, my craft shelf was like too disorganized to use for kind of how now I will be using it. So I'm very excited to have that, and I have a lot of room to grow. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like what you watch, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm mainly a craft, sewing, and vintage fashion YouTube channel. So if any of those things interest you or sound great, definitely stick around. Thanks again. Bye. Oh, I didn't think about the framing here. Okay, we're gonna refilm that intro just in case I hate it. It should just go. Yeah, that's a no. Oh, I don't know how to sit. Okay, this isn't comfortable, but this is what it is. Oh, scary. Okay. Oh man, this is such a random bin. Here it is. Oh, well, there's still some junk here. These are buttons and things I just need to store them for a while. Up in that one, I'll put all my yardages. Oh, you can't see that one. Ugh, no hands on the hips.